Oh, there's tube over here.
Uh-huh. They're not communicating.
Do what?
I don't think they're communicating.
Because when he ran, I was like, she's gonna tell her.
Yeah,
He's right
tell her.
here.
What is going on, everyone? Griffin here, coming at you with some Fixer and Lancer gameplay, and today we're going to talk about the new Project Saint initiative from Rogue Company. So let's head over and check it out. So I'm going to talk about the actual changes that Project Saint is going to be contributing to the game, what it is and everything, but I just wanted to throw this up on screen real quick. This emblem, this image is something that needs to be burned in everyone's head right now, in my opinion. I'm hoping that the Project Saint initiative is something that the studio does not abandon, much like the anti-cheat and anti-exploitation initiative. I hope this is something that they stick through, because as you can see at the bottom here, we have new passive for Vi, increased shield size for Sigrid, expanded daily contract. We'll go through all of this information here in just a second, but like I said, the emblem is the most important thing to take away from this image. So let's head over and check out what Project Saint actually is. So I'm going to be reading this directly off of the Rogue Company website. They have a news update, and this is where all of the update information currently is. And I'm going to be reading this basically word for word off of that page. So if you want to go check it out yourself, please be sure to do so. So Project Saint. In 2021, we focused on introducing new content, new rogues, new maps, new cosmetics, and new limited time modes. As we close out 2021 and reflect upon the community's feedback, we've seen a strong demand for an emphasis on quality of life improvements and bug fixes, which is why 2022 will be all about slowing down new rogue releases and focusing in on quality of life improvements. We are calling this multi-month effort Project Saint. This will not be a quick fix initiative, but a concentrated effort on heavily requested features such as human backfill, map voting, larger maps, new perks and gadgets, ranked improvements, updates to your favorite modes and rogues, and reintroducing a way to customize your weapon wrap loadout by rogue. We're excited to hear the community's feedback on these features as they're rolled out. Thank you for your continued support. So for the weapon changes, the weapon name and fire rate will be displayed in the bottom right-hand corner above the actual weapon itself. So this is what they had to say. To help with players being able to identify weapons and their behavior, we've incorporated additions to the HUD to display a weapon's name and fire rate type, bolt action, semi-auto, burst, full auto, etc. Also, DMRs are getting a unique crosshair, so all DMRs all across the board, instead of having a cross as a crosshair, it is going to be a circle with a dot in the center of it. For armor, they are doing improvements to armor feedback. We wanted to improve the information that players gain when getting into engagements when it comes to fighting around armor. As such, we've added to the UI unique hit markers that inform the player that they are shooting at an armored target, and by extension will also get UI information that they have broken a target's armor. Conversely, for armored players, we have added an armor UI icon near their health bar that denotes the current state of their armor, full, damaged, and broken. This UI element will appear below your reticle as you hit enemies. So in the example, this was something that the developers actually had up on screen, and basically what it is when you're shooting someone with armor, there's going to be a little armor symbol that's going to pop up there right below your crosshair, and whenever you actually break that armor, it's going to show that armor being shattered. You're going to get a sound effect for it, the whole 9 yards. For the social aspect of it, players will now have the ability to block other players via the social window at the end of a match. Blocked players will appear in a new section called Blocked at the bottom of their friends list. Conversely, players will also be able to unblock players in that section. Players will no longer receive friend party or custom invites from block players. So that is something that is going to be absolutely crucial to a ton of people that are content creators that stream the game, etc., etc. That is going to make things much, much better for those individuals, and it's also going to allow you to not be spammed by invites. That's going to be just incredible right off the bat. Daily contracts, we have made some improvements to our daily contracts. We've expanded the system into hosting about 40 new daily contracts, so give them a try and let us know what you think. So as opposed to like, I don't know, we've got like 8 or 10 is what it feels like. And now they're going to be adding more daily contracts, better daily contracts that are possibly going to be given more experience and reputation. That would be absolutely incredible. So for the rogue changes that actually came with the Project Saint initiative, I'm going to cover those in a different video, but what I really wanted to talk about here was the actual idea of Project Saint for a second. Okay, I think that Project Saint, if they continue to focus on quality of life improvements for Rogue Company, I think that this is a very, very good thing that the developers, they've needed to do it for a very long time. I think that they get tons of feedback all across the community, whether it be from competitive players down to people that are just installing the game and playing it for the first time. And I think that it's very crucial that they take all this information in and actually make the necessary changes to the game to put it in a better state than it's ever been in. If they stick with this, this is a good thing. I really hope that they don't abandon this idea, because I think that they have some really good things here. With them also saying that this is not going to be a quick fix initiative or basically couple of hot fixes it's in and out. This is going to be a concentrated effort. I think that they need to release some type of survey or some type of something. They need to release something out into the world, whether it's on Reddit, Twitter. They need to release it all across the game. They need to release it to every social media platform, and they need to be asking for community feedback and things that they would like as far as quality of life improvements, and take all of that feedback in. I know people have been complaining about a lot of the same things, but I think that some people out there have some really, really good ideas that need to be explored on a bigger level, and you're not going to be able to do that if you're just focusing on the very vocal minority of the community. I think if you give the entire community a voice, then it's going to allow for a much better game if there's a lot of validity in what these people are saying. So that's where I stand with that. A lot of these features that they're talking about seem really, really interesting. Map voting is something that we've needed for a long time. If we're going to keep Battlezone, then larger maps is going to be something that is definitely going to be needed. New perks and gadgets. I mean, new gadgets is amazing. And I think that they're gearing up to add new gadgets into the game and possibly allow for gadget mastery and possibly swapping some of these gadgets out. I'm not 100% sure. This is just pure speculation on my point, but why would you introduce new gadgets into the game and put them into Battlezone and not allow any of the rogues to have access to them? That really wouldn't make a lot of sense. So to me, it feels like I'm reading between the lines here, and I may be completely wrong, but this is my interpretation of what they're saying here. And then of course, new perks. There's a ton of new perk ideas out there floating around the internet. I've got a ton of new perk ideas myself, and it's things that are very, very simple. I think that I've talked about them in the past. I think I talked about them on an episode of Broadcast of a combined, shared perk set for perks like lower tier perks that add great benefits into the game, such as defusing the bomb faster, planting the bomb faster, reducing the effectiveness of tear gas, flashbang grenades, and things such as that. And I think that if they added something like that into the game, it would give it a different dynamic, but it would also balance out some of the economy, the heavy economy that you have in the ranked mode specifically. As far as ranked mode is concerned, they did announce, and I don't know if this is part of the Project Saint initiative, but I kind of feel like it is. They are going to be adding a draft phase, hopefully in the near future, for Rogue Company ranked mode. They're also going to be adding King of the Hill. Everybody knows how I feel about respawn modes in ranked play, and I don't really think that it's still going to go over quite as well. But if you're going to add a draft system and a ban system inside of the ranked mode, then I think that it might be a little bit better than I imagined it, but I really don't think that we're quite there where we need to be at yet. I would really like to see them introduce the draft phase and into the game with demolition, and then from there move forward into adding respawn modes into the game. Also, Gandhi kind of hinted at the fact that they will be adding a mosh pit style playlist for ranked. I don't think that that's the right move, in my opinion. I think that ranked needs to be something that you queue for. If you want a multi-queue for ranked, then I think that that should be fine. But I think that you should be able to pick either Demolition, King of the Hill, or multi-queue, and then you just kind of go from there with it. That's how I would do it. I don't know if they're going to have the same rank system or if you're going to have separate ranks for each individual play mode. That's going to be something that we're just going to have to see whenever it's actually released. But there's a lot of good things coming up with Project Saint. I really hope that they focus down. This is exactly what I was talking about with having an identity crisis and them kind of having a moment of self-discovery and actually addressing the issues in game and figuring out what type of game they want to be. It looks like they're working on the quality of life things. It also looks like ranked is going to be transitioning into a respawn friendly game mode. I don't really feel really good about that because demolition is still a thing, and I really hope that they don't use that as a way to try to push demolition or single life modes out of the game. I'm being very cautious. I'm being very wary of how this is actually handled, but that's just where I stand on it. Be sure to let me know what you think in the comments down below. Do you think that the Project Saint initiative is something that is going to be absolutely incredible, or do you think that this is just going to be another abandoned, failed attempt for First Watch Games to do something with the game in its current state? Be sure to let me know what you think down below. Also, be sure to check the description for links to Facebook, Discord, and Twitter. Those are the places to contact me. And if you haven't already, please be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, guys.
No one of this bomb spotted.
Oh, there's two over here.
Uh-huh. They're not communicating.
Do what?
I don't think they're communicating.
Because when he ran, I was like, she's gonna tell her.
Yeah,
He's right here.
I'm not going to go underground. I'm going to push up on prey on A proper, on prey opper, and see what happens. Ronan killed herself. They're coming this way.
See one in the room, yeah. Oh, yeah. She doesn't know you're there?
Where's she at?
On the other side of the ship.
Yeah, she knows. I don't know how she knows, but she knows.
She had a bomb.
Alright, I'm rolling back for a minute.
I'm getting fucked down here. They're both over here.
Nice.
In the bottom. She's run up the steps. Switchblade. I don't know about Lancer.
She's coming up from under right now.
Checks in the mail. Precision perfected.
Well, that's not bad for a 3v4, you know?
It went worse. Could have went worse.